dreams. What does that tell you? Well, and Guy's actually not on the list of the top hosts to go on a date with. He'll be very upset. If you love Guy Yvan, go to hsn.com and certainly leave a response to our question of the week. Well, it is with great pleasure that right now we spend a few minutes talking about one of the most visible and respected entrepreneurs in America today. Mr. Daymond John, as you know, created an empire with his American dream, FUBU. We are thrilled because, listen to this, and not to embarrass you, New York Times bestseller list, yes, and I just heard on the Wall Street Journal #1 today. #1. Okay, so #1 in business books. Yep. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about the book, yes, and what we can expect in it. Folks, we have given this book out to several of the Monday Night Show team. They've loved it. You talk about inspirational, you talk about encouraging and motivational. It's a brilliant book. It's called The Power of Broke. We have some new information that's told us that if you order tonight, Daymond will sign the book. So you'll get a personally signed book from Daymond John. We'll send it direct to your door. It's on FlexPay, it's on free shipping and handling. Daymond, what can we expect to find in this book? Well, let me tell you about the book. So the subtitle, of course, because I didn't want people thinking I was just telling my story, it's how empty pockets, a tight budget, and a hunger for success can become your greatest competitive advantage. I've witnessed thousands of pitches, and I started to realize there's two types of people. One who are going to figure it out, an entrepreneur, and the others who say, I need money to make money, I gotta have a famous last name, and there's a bunch of other excuses. I grew up, and sometimes people would say some of these things could have hindered me. I'm African American, I'm dyslexic, I got left back in the 7th grade, I didn't go to college, can't throw a basketball, can't sing, can't dance, right? And I'm here. I'm here with you today. And that's because I exercise the power of broke. The people that exercise the power of broke more than anybody else are the wealthy people. They are the ones who take affordable next steps. They surround themselves with like-minded people. They start to leverage whatever else they have. You don't need other people's money, OPM. You need other people's manufacturing, other people's marketing, other people's manpower, and you can always make money off of other people's mistakes. And that's all in the power of broke. So that old saying of it takes money to make money, you disagree with that? Absolutely disagree with it. You know why? If you look at the Inc. Top 1,000 or the Forbes Top 1,000 wealthiest people in the world, over 60% of them are self-made men and women. That means they were broke. Wow. And if you can just pass down generational wealth and stay on that list, then none of them would have got on that list. Unbelievable. What about all the athletes that 3 years out of the league, over 60% of them are bankrupt? Why? Because they learned a certain skill set to be the best athlete in the world, but they didn't learn also these new businesses they're going into. Right. And that's what happens. You can't stroke a pen and buy your way into anything. You have to activate the power of broke. So one of the things while you're here, because we were actually looking and really reviewing some of the information here, and it's fascinating. You're going to love this read. I made some notes because you talk about myth busting. I read that people between the ages of 55 and 64 have the highest rate of entrepreneurship in America. Absolutely. And this is in relation to, you know, so many folks out there look and say, you know, I'm not as young as I once was. It's too late for me. I had a great idea, but I don't think I can make it a reality now. The power fact, 9.1 million businesses are owned by women. By women. This is incredible information. Yes, absolutely. And ultimately, it's never too late. It's never too late, but I always say this, people overthink it. I always say moms are the ultimate entrepreneurs and they're the ultimate startup. You can give any mother a book on how they're going to raise this beautiful child they're bringing into the world, but when it comes, they're going to have to take affordable next steps. They're going to have to throw that book out the window. They're going to act, they're going to learn, and then they're going to repeat. So they have it in them more than the men. Right. They have them, they figure these things out, and that's the power of broke. But you know what? Don't leave it up just to me and my story. I interviewed 15 top CEOs from around the world. Everybody like Gigi Butler. She was a maid, a cleaning lady. Now she's doing $30 million a year selling cupcakes. Or Linda Johansson, who had a couple of kiosks, and now she, I think she has 1,500 kiosks and did $1 billion in sales for Proactive. Or Lauren Whittinger, she has a $1 billion brand that does $1 billion every year, and every one of them were broke. They didn't have money. You see, broke is a temporary situation. Poverty of the mind is permanent. So if you don't understand how to unlock this, you can't become a Mose Bowes and Shamika, Sock Tabs, or the Three Jerks, or you or I. You know, it is, and I think for so many of us, you know, we watch Daymond on Shark Tank. We read about Daymond in magazines and newspapers. We know about FUBU, the brand that he started, the clothing empire, and we see it, but sometimes we don't act. If there is something there, if there's something in your mind, you can make it happen. In fact, we're showing an image right now.
That's me, yeah, that's me. And now look at me here, sitting next to you and talking to these amazing people and these entrepreneurs. And it always wasn't like that. You know, but I had to figure it out.
And you were a disruptive force. You went out there and said, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, and you know what? I failed way more than I succeeded. But now we're at a time and a day and age where you can pick up a cell phone and you can reach 1 million people and you can convert your customers immediately. You don't even have to do what I did when I came up. I used to sell you a shirt. I had to go find you and knock on your door, sell you another one.
Sure.
Right now, today, people are doing millions of dollars out of their home. I've met over 180 people that started business last year, and they're doing over $1 million today.
Okay, folks, this is what I'd like you to do. If you have a son, a daughter who's just starting out in the business world, if somebody in your family has aspirations, if you have aspirations to go on and do something else, to create something, to be somebody that you always wanted to be, buy this book. Absolutely.
And I'll tell you who else buys this book. A lot of CEOs buy this book. You know why? Because when they tell these people that they're working, that all these people are saying, I can't do it, we don't have enough money. They say, activate the power of broke. Here's who I like to really give the book to.
Tell me.
The people who say, I need you to help me. I need this and that. Well, go read a book first. Do me a favor. Put some research in that. So all those out there who want to get rid of those people who are calling for a loan for startups, say, read a book first. Tell me something.
But you've put all of this knowledge, all this expertise into this book.
I put every single thing that I can find from whether Shark Tank, the private sector, venture capitalists, and even startups that I see, young people like Mose, Bose, and Tramika, they're in the book. How they did it step by step by step.
It's a guide, folks. It will encourage you, it will motivate you. And I do want to stress, Daymond is signing the book just for you. You will get a personally signed book by Daymond John, but you have to call right now. You must be calling in this hour or before we sell out. And with everyone on the phone, there's about 400 left before it's completely gone. As a birthday gift, as a gift to somebody you love, as a gift for yourself. If you just want some nighttime reading, some bedtime reading, everybody's saying it's a fabulous, easy read. It's informational, even on the bestsellers list. New York Times, Wall Street Journal. You must be so thrilled.
I'm thrilled. And you know what? We didn't expect this amazing outpouring of people because I'm on this Power Broke tour. So these books that we allocated with you are probably the last of the first prints.
Right.
So people may not be able to get this book for quite some time because we have to rerun them now. So
you get the first print, the first publication, the first issues, as it were, and it's going to be signed. Go for it, grab it. We have FlexPay. We have the amazing free shipping and handling. And of course, you have Daymond John. I mean, truly, a lifetime of wisdom is inside these covers.
And a lifetime of mistakes.
Right.
I put inside here. Way more important.
It's okay to make mistakes.
You have to, listen, if you're not making enough mistakes, you're not making enough moves, you know? So you're going to have to fail forward and fail fast. And that's what people are going to learn in here.
Daymond John, thank you so much. When are you back?
I don't know, but as soon as I can, I'll be back.
We love it. Thank you so much, Daymond John, and all the superstars so far of our American dreams. If you